Oh, it's another day in the neighborhood. Well, red notice. Red notice. So, checkers. We all played checkers before, right? Connect Four. We all play Connect Four, right? Connect Four versus checkers. All right, Connect Four versus checkers. Playing your own game to win. Not always win, but playing your own game to partially win. We'll talk about that. Welcome to Disruptive Minds. I'm your host, Jerome A. Carter, and the A stand for always learning. I am your mental health advocate. It's an introduction. Anyway, so I had this girlfriend, right? Her name was Melinda. Melinda used to work with kids. And she worked with kids, she taught kids, she just did the thing with kids, young kids or whatever, right? So she would always play Connect Four with those kids. So it was years of playing Connect Four with those kids. So what happened? She got with me and her started dealing with each other, blah, blah, blah. And we're just having we'll call it a game night. Because some of y'all, I think y'all know what game night is. So we had game night. She's like, let's play Connect Four. I'm like, okay. So she get the Connect Four out, and we get the pieces, and boom. Out of 10 games, she would win like 9. Then we play again, another 10 games, 9. I'm like, how are you just killing it? And she told me, she was like, when I work with kids and daycares and different things like that, we play Connect Four, and so I've been playing this for a long time. So that was her game. Her game was Connect Four. The odds of winning against her and the time I'll have to put in to win against her would just be astronomical. So why even try to keep playing her game? So what did I do? Glad you asked. We played checkers. Same pieces, different board. Now that we're playing, I win 6, she win 4. She may win 8, I win 2. But she win 2, I win 8. And it was a lot more even because we're playing a game now that she's not used to. We're playing a game that I'm sort of used to. So it's like it's a more of a strategic thing. How do I talk about this when I talk about life? The reason why you're depressed and feeling the way you're feeling is because you're playing somebody else's game. It's that simple. Don't make it more complex. Don't give me it's God and religion and Jesus and no, it's none of that. You're playing somebody else's game. So it's easy for you to lose on somebody else's game. Now, some people would say chess and checkers. Man, you can't be playing chess when people are playing, you can't be playing checkers when people are playing chess. That's some high level stuff. I'm just trying to get you off the ground and move you up. See, when you start getting into that chess versus checkers, you're talking about some high-level politics. That's high-level politics, not just on some simple, everyday 9-to-5 thing like what you're doing. You're a 9-to-5er. You're a blue-collar 9-to-5, driving trucks, working garbage and Uber, Lyft, and doing stuff like You are a 9-to-5er. You're not on some high-level strategic Raymond Reddington. You're not on some high level stuff. You're just like, I'm tired of losing this game that I'm playing right here on my level. It's because you're trying to play Connect Four with somebody who's a master at Connect Four versus playing checkers. Would you have a better chance of winning? All I'm trying to get you to do is hit the reset. You realize you're playing somebody else's game. You are losing at somebody else's game. You haven't figured out how to play at somebody else's game. It's time to play your game. And you don't know how to play your game because nobody told you how to play as your game. I'm telling you how to play as your game. You have to hit the reset. You have to sit back and start reevaluating. Let me quickly tell you how your subconscious mind is programmed from childhood, and it got you to where you are today. So to build a house, you need a slab of concrete. Whether it's a basement or not, we're just going to make it real simple. There's a ground Then you put a slab of concrete on top of the ground. That slab of concrete is your subconscious mind. That is your reps. Religion, environment, people, and social media is that concrete slab. That's the foundation of how you think from the ages of 0 to 7. Give me a man to the age of 7. Give me a child to the age of 7. I'll show you the man. That was Aristotle. All right? Bob Proctor already talked about this. Go look up Bob Proctor. Go look up Aristotle, which you're not. And that's why I'm trying to explain it to you, because you're not going to look yourself up. You, from your religion, environment, people, and social media, from the day you was born, that is what's instilled in your mind up to the age of 7. I did right around the age of 7. It doesn't close, but it shuts off, and you start forming your own. And that's when you start building the frame of the house. So you have the foundation, which is religion, environment, people, social media. That's your foundation of your subconscious mind. The frame is built on top. The frame is built on top of your foundation, which means the foundation controls the frame. Why? Because the frame is on top because of the what? The foundation. Same thing as a car. I'm in the car. This car is built on top of a foundation. Now, we won't go deep into the A-frames and all these other frames that cars are built on top of. However, the basic frame of a car is straightforward, and there's divisions in the middle. And you put the wheels on everything else. But there's a frame. That's the foundation of this car, along with a lot of other cars. We'll keep it simple. So within you building the frame of your house, which I call the DFW. What is a DFW? DFW can stand for Dallas Fort Worth. No, it's not Dallas Fort Worth. It stands for doors, floors, and windows. If you ever went to an old person's home, and you would know that sometimes the doors don't close all the way. The floors are sort of rickety. The windows don't close. You gotta pull the window down or push the window up. Why? Because it's moved just a little bit. What do they always say about foundations? Well, the foundation is settled. The foundation has settled. The foundation has settled. What does that mean? The foundation moved a little bit inside the dirt. And what that did is it moved the what? The frame of the house, which affected the what? Doors, floors, and windows. You see how all this is starting to get tied in? I hope you're getting it. The foundation is your reps, religion, environment, people, and social media. The frame of the house is you developing your own view of the world based off of that foundation. So if you have a problem with your doors, floors, and windows, it's because you have a foundation problem. Something's wrong with your foundation. Like, they have foundation repair companies that come out and look at, you got a crack here, the water's coming in, there may be some bugs are coming in, or the rodents are coming in, and we got to go and lift up the foundation and make it level off. And they have foundation repair companies, and that's what they do. That's their specialty. They come in and say, oh, there's a crack. You can see the crack in the walls. You go outside, the brick is cracked, the house is doing this, the steps don't add up, because the foundation is fractured. The foundation is having issues. The foundation needs to be repaired. I'm talking about your mental foundation. Religion, environment, people, social media. As long as you just keep walking around like everything is okay, your DFW, doors, floors, and windows. So what are you going to do? Instead of correcting your foundation, your doors, floors, and windows are not straight. They're sort of tilted. So what do you do you cope with it? What do you do to cope with it? What I call the 5 coping skills. What are the 5 coping skills? Sex, alcohol, drugs, food, and work. Some people say, about sex. Okay, sewing, sleeping, social media, sports, spirituality, which is religion. And people love talking about religion. Oh, God's going to make it better. No, your foundation is broken. God's not going to fix your foundation. Yeah, but with God, all things are possible. It's been 20 or 30 years, and you're still telling me all things are possible with God? Slow down, pumpkin. Slow down. Well, the Most High, slow down. Well, Allah, slow down. Hotep, slow down. How long have you been doing this and other people been doing this and nothing's gotten better? Well, it takes time and we need to come together. I love when people say we. We need to come together. I'm not French. So you think people are going to come together with me? Really? You think people are going to come together with me? Come on. You got a problem with me, let alone 11 other people who got a problem with what I'm saying and what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. And I got to convince y'all that what I'm saying is not a bad thing. That takes too much time. And I keep it pushing. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Your foundation, your religion, environment, people, social media, what was planted in you from the ages of 0 to 7 years old, and then you build your frame of your house on top of that bad foundation. The foundation is now cracked, and now you have your door flues or windows that are sideways, just like this hat, and you're trying to deal with it. No, I say that wrong. You're trying to cope with it, coping skills with sex, alcohol, drugs, food, and work, instead of dealing with it. Is what I'm offering you with the reset. The reset is going to help you deal with these situations instead of coping with these situations. That's why you're 11 years old and you're still trying to what? Cope with situations you need to deal with. What does that look like? Instead of dealing with the foundation and straightening the foundation back out, you rather cope with the fact that everything is tilted and you're just going to keep walking around life like this. And after a while, you start thinking this is normal. So somebody comes to you and say, hey, man, you're sort of slanted. You going to fix that? And you're like, no, I'm good. And that's all I'm trying to do is offer you a way of not being like this for the rest of your life. My grandma used to say something, shit or get off the pot. Either you're going to deal with the situation or you're going to continue to cope. Because I can promise you, the way this world is moving, man, the things I'm reading and the things I'm seeing and the things that are actually happening out here in the real world, man, this world is moving like this. It's moving so quick. And you're like, sooner or later, you're going to get caught. You're going to get caught. What I talked about in the last video about a tsunami, you're going to get caught in a tsunami. It's not an if, it's a when. It's happening as we speak. Remember, this is real time. You're dealing with things in real time, and you're like, it'll be all right, I'll keep praying and blah, blah, blah. But then you're going to be like DMX said, looking at the roof of the church. The pastor say the truth and it hurts. It's happening in real time. I'm trying to reduce your pain or eliminate your pain by giving you an offer called the reset. It's a reset. It's not rocket science. It's a reset. Religion has changed. Relationships have changed. This stuff is happening in real time and you don't see it. Well, we just want things to go back to the way they were. Things will never, ever go back to the way they were unless we have mass destruction across this entire planet. That's the only way things are going to go back to the way they were. Mass destruction of this planet. And that's not going to happen. We're not going to go back to horse and buggies and trading chickens for a pound of flour, and the flour can be traded to go ahead and get some wheat, and the wheat can be traded for the strawberries you grew and the potatoes, and we're just trading things like we're bartering things. Come on now. Is that what you want? Is that what you think we're going to go back to? Well, things are just going to go back. They'll never go back. Something Thanos said, I'm going to end it with this. The problem is that he only got rid of half the population. The issue was the other half remembered how it was. So as long as you have people who remember how things were, they can never go back to something else. Like right now we have technology. So you get rid of half the people right now and say, we're going to go back to the way things were simpler. But the half that is still here remember cell phones. They remember TikTok, Red Note. They remember, like cars, right? They remember electronics. It's hard to be like, well, let's just have this, because there's people who are still doing it. You don't think there's Amish people and what they call Mennonites or whatever? They're living that life. If you want to live that life, there are people who are doing that. You can go do that now. You choose not to because you enjoy the technology you have. You want to keep the technology, but also have the traditional life. Wrong answer. You can't have both. Good luck with that. Good luck with trying to have technology along with traditional. It doesn't work. Unless you go and join. There's always Amish. There's always the Mennonites, and there's always people living in the country. Nothing stop you from go living in the country. Put your cell phone down and just go. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's stopping you. But you can't do it, can you? But we want things to go back to the way they were with the technology we got now. You're stupid. 6, how you copy? I'm out.